Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Not Your Professional Walkthrough channel with me, your host Max, after what feels like an eternity. Unfortunately, due to certain circumstances and me lacking basically any form of social media, I was unable to keep you up to date with what was going on and why. I was able to publish 3 episodes for Warhammer 40K Spacemarine 2, and then suddenly nothing happened for almost a goddamn month. So, when I was recording Warhammer, something weird started to happen to my computer. And long story short, my power supply unit, which was 850 watt platinum to make it even more annoying, died on me, but it started to do something weird. And basically, when I started to try and turn on the computer and do just about anything, it started to die, or it was not even able to boot into Windows. Now, unfortunately, by the time I was sure that this is not some sort of jank, some virus, some weird Windows update, or some BS, it had enough time to effectively destroy even my processor. So, I went from changing the power supply unit and changing all the cables in the computer to find out that my system is unstable and I wasn't able to do anything. And at that point, when I had a brand new power supply unit, I knew that, hey, if the power supply unit is okay, something else must be the problem. Which is when I found out a lot of issues which people have with AMD processors, and basically by the time I swapped the power supply unit, it had enough time to destroy the processor. And to make things even worse, when I was trying to reinstall Windows and everything on my SSD, which got kind of almost deep fried in the process of this whole thing as well, I had to replace almost half of the components in the computer. So I had to rebuild it almost from the ground up. I had to replace processor, SSD, I had to replace a lot of things. And because the SSD, which was my Windows drive, got fried, I had to replace it with the SSD which I had, where my files for the games and everything else was. So unfortunately, having to reformat it and losing a lot of stuff, I was not able to do anything. So that took me a bit to get done, because unfortunately, since I'm not getting any extra income, I had to dip into my savings to get the components. And yeah, if you ever do recordings for YouTube with OBS and you get into it at the start, it's total freaking nightmare. Primarily because when you download OBS, it does not have a streamer profile, a profile for someone who records and publishes video games. It is a blank slate. So I had to set up the filters for the microphone, I had to deal with the video recordings, and unfortunately, because I was so eager to jump into the game back and try to record at least something for you, I was screwed, because what my new system put out was a 1080 footage, which was super grainy, super dark, absolutely unusable. I was so pissed, so I was forced to replay the portion of the game. And so, yeah, I have been dealing with that, and to make things even worse, there's some health stuff which my mom has, and so I'm trying to help my dad to take care of her. And so, unfortunately, with the job, with the issues with the computer and all this stuff, I just did not have the capacity to do it. To make things worse, things at work are not good. I'm super unhappy. So I'm kind of like trying to form a plan of what to do next year, because honestly, I really like the benefits at the company where I am. Like, I get extra money, I have access to certain things which are absolutely great, but the department where I work is a total fucking nightmare. So I have to somehow make it so that I would be able to transfer onto a different department, which would allow me to also help my dad and also be somehow able to have some sort of energy for this, because the third episode for the Warhammer Spacemarine 2, which I published, I was able to do through the laptop because I have uploaded the file from my old computer. I processed everything through the laptop and published it. At that time, the computer was already like in shits. So it was 15th of September when I was able to do that. So you can imagine like the backlog and stuff which I had to deal with. Thankfully, I did not lose any important files or stuff like that. I was able to do that, and I was like really shitting bricks when I was updating the BIOS on the motherboard and all this other nonsense, so everything is up to date, and I have like semi-new computer. I'm still rocking a AMD 5900X processor. So I had to replace that because I have older architecture of the motherboards. It's the X570, and currently there's like X870. So with the 7th gen processors from AMD and everything, if the motherboard would go tits up on me, I would not be able to use most of the things except of the graphics card. So I was at least happy that the motherboard survived and that did not get fried, because it's Asus, and a lot of people are now talking about like the issues with the Asus motherboards and components and stuff like that. So yeah, things are kind of crazy, but hopefully I'll be able to at least finish off the game. If I will have the opportunity, I will try to get into some of those missions and try to at least experience that and be able to cover it here on the channel, so that I have at least the campaign covered. And after that, what I was able to do before I actually like had to deal with all this technical BS, because I just did not have the capacity to like keep recording and publishing episodes. What I was able to do is, over the weekends when I had some time and energy, I recorded footage, and I was able to finish some games and get like all the achievements. So I would love to make like videos for that. So that should be like 3 to 4 videos, which I do have almost complete footage for. I'll just have to finish one thing, and honestly, the problem is I have no fucking idea when I will have the time to do it. So I will try to get things working. Unfortunately, this is also a reason why I wasn't able to continue V-Rising or nothing like this, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to keep you up to date. But yeah, like unfortunately, when I get like a wave of shit, it's like the current hurricane in Florida. So it's like a level 5 shitstorm, and it all kind of piled on me, and due to that, the priorities changed for me, and of course I decided to prioritize the health of my mom and take care of other things. So I was dealing with that, but hopefully, like I said, I will be able to at least finish off the story. I'm intentionally like avoiding it in YouTube and everything, so that I don't have the ending spoiled. Fuck, I've seen some sort of dragon, and like I know that there's gonna be some chaos forces, but I don't know how the ending is. So currently what we know is that the Adaptus Mechanicus was able to recover the artifact which was on Graia, where Titus was those 100 years ago when he got eventually sent to he was like tested by the Inquisition, and then he was in the special forces. Fuck it, I forgot the name of them. The death something. Kill me. Write it in the comments, or I don't know. I'm gonna look up the video. But anyhow, the object is right now because the primary scientist for the Adaptus Mechanicus, who was researching the actual artifact, has been killed. Now we're trying to recover his apprentice. So I believe this is a part of the game which I was not able to yet cover. Hopefully the footage is going to be okay. I've tested the game. I had to replay most of the campaign until this point because when I tried playing it, unfortunately the footage came out super shitty. I ran a test and it ended up being a total failure, so hopefully this is gonna make up for it, and we're gonna jump in. And I'm sorry that the intro took so long for us to move on.
Brother, do not
but I feel like
it is not
some sort of update for the channel
the captain for withholding intelligence, and yet you treat us to the same evasive obscurity.
At least somewhat decent for you.
So you do not trust us?
Brothers, calm yourselves, lest you face the chaplain's censure.
So, we're gonna be returning to the, fuck, they have a name for this, Hive World in the sector, where we're supposed to recover the apprentice. And this is when we are gonna start running into the actual Chaos Forces. So, as you can see, the Carnifex is here. And I have to say that probably thanks to the game having some time to get some updates and such, I've actually noticed that I'm having a much better experience with the game. Like the bots which are accompanying me are not so useless. They still piss me off with like not always going after the executions and such, but compared to when I played the game initially versus now, maybe it's because I've played the game and I know what to probably do and how to cheese certain sections even on this difficulty. But to be honest with you, I have had like a whole lot better experience compared to the first time I played it.
Brother, you seem troubled.
I tire of reckless fools.
I hope you do not mean us.
Not unless you worship the Omniscient.
Ah, then I share your distaste.
So, we're gonna have some fun. And we're gonna start off with some Tyranids, and after that we're gonna have the Chaos finally show up. I have to say that it's following quite closely to the original Spacemarine game. Like initially you start off versus the Orcs, and then you go against the Chaos, and then it's like a mix and match and so on and such. And I have to say, like, the design really closely reminds me Warhammer 40K Boltgun, like the minions, the units. It has this sort of like Egyptian god mythology inspiration, and it really looks cool.
The temple is located inside the dome section of the city. We'll have to land outside and make our approach. Lock armor! Lance of Jove, report.
Minor damage. Tech team is inbound.
Can we depend on you for extraction?
Yes, Lord. We will be there.
Very good, brother. The Emperor protects. Make haste. We have considerable ground to cover.
Death Watch. That's the name.
What was that?
Looks like a neurothrow placed on Overwatch inside that building. Tyranids!
Let us spin their numbers.
So I kind of noticed that the warriors especially are heavily focused on you. Like you see that he's just completely ignoring the other two knuckleheads there. And even like when I had to fight the Carnifex, it was again me being the primary damage dealer. So these two were able to occupy the Carnifex, but it still took me like 2-3 attempts maybe to get it done, but it went 10 times easier than when I initially played the game. So I'm having much more fun. Some sort of optimization or some change has been definitely performed, and now even with like the AI, it's running much smoother. So definitely enjoying the game still. Seek out that knucklehead.
Need to reload. Another one dead.
I honestly noticed that even like with the friendly fire and stuff, I just don't care. Because it's not actually like damaging your voice, so that's awesome. But I need to go and grab some ammo or something. It's unfortunately still an ongoing issue to have a steady supply of it.
Varellus! Is that you?
Chiron! Bless the Emperor. It's good to see you.
Where's your squad?
Gone. Neurothroat tore them to pieces.
We need to get across the bridge.
Lieutenant, nothing gets across with that beast up there.
What are we up against?
It has its rear covered and we do not have the manpower to break through. The Cadians are holding the bridge, at great cost.
Set up assault positions by the bridge. We'll deal with the neurothrow.
Very well. We will avenge them, brother. Watch yourself.
So the boss fight versus the neurothrow is
a direct assault
an
on the
easier
rear
one
guard.
compared to the Carnifex.
Doubt our
However,
No, sir.
good.
Let us choke them with their own blood!
what I've noticed is that it has this one specific attack, which is just so crazy that even through cover, you're able to take a crap ton of damage. It just makes it awkward as hell. And the bomb which I was able to pick up here, I still have zero freaking idea how to properly use. And I extended myself too much. So honestly, I have been like thinking like what would be like maybe an appropriate class I would want to play if I would get to the missions. I definitely noticed that I have far more success when I'm shooting things, but I would still not go for something like a sniper. Because, to be frank, if there weren't those, like, scripted sequences where that weapon would be the optimal choice, I would not pick up the sniper bolter at all. I'm having the most success with the auto bolter, which is the weapon which I have currently equipped.
We were once defending the stronghold from an officer.
And here, there's gonna be that invisible assassin.
I beat him to death with it.
And the name of these Tyranids, I'm sorry.
His men.
It's been a while since I played Battle Sector, and honestly, I cannot even recommend that game because the base game is like $60, and then in order for you to play the other factions, like the Orcs, and Necrons and anything else, Eldar and so on and such, for each one you have to pay like separate 20 or so bucks. And yeah. But I'm still having fun with this game. It's just finding the time for it is the tricky thing. A Lictor,
So
that's the name.
now.
Lictor. Okay. So let's hop on. The fun thing is that I've noticed that I don't know, since it's like due to the changes.
What happened on Grya?
Nothing good.
Can you be specific?
I would sooner focus on the mission at hand.
You are withholding information relevant to the mission at hand.
Mind yourself, Sergeant.
Your behavior has been erratic. You force your way into classified files. You tell us nothing.
Gadriel.
We deserve to know who is leading us.
This conversation is over.
And I don't know if it's due to like the new settings for OBS and everything, but holy crap, like the size of the file for this is just like 25 gigs or something by the time this mission is gonna be done. So it's quite funny. Honestly, the heavy bolt rifle, I kind of can do it.
Very good.
But you're gonna see that the lycanthrope, which we're gonna be fighting, is gonna have this sort of like wave-like attack, which is gonna be able to even push through walls, and the results are gonna be like heavily mixed. Like I will be taking probably even damage behind the cover, and I'm gonna try to cheese the cover because usually when you see those flying mental Tyranids, which reinforce the other Harmigans and other units. That's basically what we're gonna be fighting now. And it's just gonna be a weird one.
We're about to take down the Neurothrope.
Good. Make it suffer.
So I'm gonna try to have some fun with this, and I'm gonna definitely try to get a different form of explosive.
Concentrate fire on the Neurothrope.
And so what I'm gonna try to do here is try to cheese this cover. You have to be careful because
Changing magazine.
you see the areas of attack and everything that this creature can have. And so that makes it that even like this cover over here is a little problematic. And because your two friends aren't really dealing damage to it, it's only when I have the opportunity to do it, it's when actually something happens. And of course, the supporting waves of the Vermigans and everything is gonna be a tricky one. So the attack which I'm talking about is this. I have no clue if like pushing through or being below is what's allowing me to not take the damage, but if I would be on that higher platform or even out here in the distance, I'm still sustaining damage. So I really don't understand this attack. It's super idiotic. This is the one thing which I absolutely despise about the fight versus this boss. Because it just makes zero freaking sense, and it basically makes your cover unusable. And that dude is literally just standing underneath this thing, shooting at it constantly. And as you can see, not a single point of damage is being dealt to it. And even these mental balls which it's able to shoot are able to like change direction or some bullshit. And just make it a total pain in the ass. And the heavy bolter is honestly a great counter,
Munitions secured.
especially for these bosses. But I'm honestly not sure how to dodge this effectively. So if someone can let me know in the comment just how in the hell am I to do that, I would be ecstatic.
My armor is
Distance now. Strike. Dodge. Area of effect. And now it gets messy because combination of all the shit that's going on and not finishing up this knucklehead. So at least I have shield back.
I'll move, brother. Reload.
Yeah, compared to the Carnifex, a whole lot more manageable. I need to go grab the ammo. Unfortunately, it's all the way across here. And, yeah. Yeah, zero fucking idea. And that makes it almost impossible for you to even get the goddamn ammo.
Resupplying.
I have no fucking idea. I would love to tell you do this or something, but yeah, and this time I actually died to this fucking thing. When I played this, and I tried to record this the first time, I shit you not, I did not die. But these fucking wave attacks are total bullshit because I have no fucking idea how to counter that stuff. And because this thing is flying, also having like grenades or something won't do shit for you. So you unfortunately have to wait for this thing to finish its animation for the health bar to be triggered. And only only at that point you should start shooting because the HP will not go down before. So as you can see, I was clearly behind the cover. The ball was able to somehow bend or change direction, and the shit was able to hit me again. But since I'm the only one who's shooting this thing and dealing damage to it, that means it's taking a while. So if I don't have a clear shot, because those two aren't able to occupy the other Tyranids, once those wavy attacks start, too much of a clusterfuck, and then it's just annoying as hell. So I'm not really sure if it's like a halfway point or when exactly does it start doing that shit. But even the bots are like struggling here. I'm gonna try to get with it. Maybe I really have to just... Let's get distance. So maybe that's how I need to defeat it. Just get within the circle, don't let it push me out. Problem is, that's easier said than done since the majority of its attacks are of the ranged variety. Try to deal as much damage as I can. World doesn't like the melee attacks. I would kill right now for...
Stay with me.
I was stunned by way too many animations. But if one of these two knuckleheads are gonna be able to revive me... Guys, come on, I just praise you. Please don't fuck it up. Let's grab ammo.
Munitions secured. Changing magazine.
Again, I'm gonna have to cheese the cover here.
Recovering.
I got sometimes even like pushed back while I was behind that specific cover. Try this. Wanting to. Yeah.
Your throat is dead.
Victory is ours, brothers.
Beautiful. So, before you jump down,
your men are clear to take
make sure to restock on ammunition because you're gonna be shooting shit real soon.
Will you be joining the assault?
So, once you like fall down here, you cannot return to this area. So might as well take a look at what the hell is on the other
We are
side.
heading for the bridge. Status report.
The other side.
Damage is worse than I thought.
Funny as shit is that there's like 0 grenades in here, so you really have to do all of this with your primary weapon. Those two have already went down, no? But it's okay. Now we have full magazines, so we just push off this thing. And we're gonna support the Acadians in their push against the Tyranids. So we're gonna be flanking their units. And soon enough, we're gonna be swarmed by quite a lot of Tyranids now. So I'm gonna have to be, like, retreating back to this location. The melty bomb, still no fucking idea how to use it.
Stragglers.
Let none escape!
I honestly don't understand the controls of this equipment, which is a shame. And I would kill for a replacement. And I would kill for those knuckleheads to kill that warrior with a ranged weapon. Because there is a crap ton of Armagons approaching. And there's gonna be warriors too. This is why I'm saying, like, retreat back. Because there's that magazine which will allow me to replenish the ammo. And this is, like, why I think I will be a great support class. Because I'm just able to unleash a crap ton of damage out of the back here.
Restocking! Ready to deploy.
I got lucky here because I was not overrun. They really do rely on the superior numbers, and once there's like 2 or 3 of them, it's just a total freaking clusterfuck. So trying to get your shots in and everything, it's not so easy. This, killing the warriors helps greatly because it does stun and damage the Termagants if they're around. The actual shock of the warrior dying, those green-ish like waves which you see, that kills the link to the hive.
Resupplying.
And so the Hermagans actually sustain damage from that.
And we must hurry.
So we cannot really do much about them over there, but we can push our flank.
Need a ride, brothers?
Sergeant, good to see you.
The Cadians have the bridge under control. Thought you could use an extra hand.
A welcome offer.
Climb on. The temple is this way.
Lieutenant, the Cadians are requesting support.
Go. Thank you, brother.
Ultramarines!
Have the enemy infiltrated the dome?
No, my lord.
What about the Temple of Thasian?
The dome was evacuated days ago.
Rejoin the main force immediately.
Our orders are to remain here.
On whose authority?
Captain Fairburn. We are to hold this position until further notice.
The dome is empty. Now move on.
But, sire...
I gave you an order.
Forgive me, my lord. Perhaps there was a communication error. The captain insisted.
The deserters.
No. We have our orders.
Vox your captain. If you are deserters, I'll execute you myself.
The mark
Captain
on the
Fairburn,
hand.
come in. Captain Fairburn, come in.
Ambush. Kill them.
So now, chaos.
Traitors. You will burn.
And so this changes the game quite dramatically because now you're gonna have like a mix of units which primarily attack you from distance. But you have a chance to experience new type of executions.
Reloading weapon.
It's kind of funny how they detonate and within them
All abominations, come forth and be slain.
there's this sort of like weird purple-ish like gas or something.
secured.
It's really weird to try and describe it.
Reloading.
Oh, come on.
Time for
This fact that they are able to travel through the space-time like this is annoying though.
corrupt space and time.
Do not fall
But they will
prey to
start
their
introducing
trickery.
these units which are straight out of like war. And they have like this Egyptian-like look to them. Really reminds me, honestly, of Bolt Gun.
Need ammunition.
Some ammo. Fortunately for me to get it, I need to run to the other side. I think there's some magazines.
Restocking.
I want to keep the weapon which I have because large damage output, a pretty decent size of magazine, 45 bolt rounds or so, I think. So it packs quite a lot of punch, and it takes a while for you to have to reload, which makes it quite nice. But the distance which you have to travel in order to commence an execution, that's ridiculous.
Titus to Captain Akaran.
Akaran here.
We were just attacked by the forces of chaos.
You're certain?
No doubt. Heretic Astartes and their minions.
Throne, damn it. Do you have Luz?
Negative. We're minutes away.
Find him and get him out of there. Hurry!
What are we waiting for?
As you can see, gas corruption is being spread. And this is exactly what we had in Bolt Gun. So it seems like the similar god is being at work here. When those new units are gonna start to pop
I will
in.
grind your bones to dust!
Tyron, take a defensive position. We will cover.
So we need to work our way over there.
He's in a rage. He's risking the entire mission.
He is trapped over there!
There are force fields covering the exits.
They seem impervious to our weapons.
And as you can see, this thing has like horns and this sort of like saber. It's really ancient design for swords. It's really effective at hack and slash. It's not really for stabbing. And these buggers are gonna even start showing up with freaking like a shield and sword combination. So quite powerful stuff. Shooting this Chaos Marine in the ass and like nothing. Impervious to the heavy bolter fire. I would kill for some grenades actually by now. I'm gonna swap here because I get a full magazine. Those leg guys at the back, I don't really care about those. I'm trying to get rid of the Marines here. Provide some support fire.
Your treachery ends now.
Interact with this heart of whatever this is in order to remove the sort of
That is all of them.
blockage.
The exit is blocked by heretic sorcery.
The altar. It bears the mark of the archenemy.
Destroy it. Artifact destroyed.
Look, the force fields are collapsing.
Tyron,
I think I'll stick
move
with
through
the heavy
exit.
bolter. Having some success
By
with
the
it.
gates of Hera, you must calm yourself.
I will not rest until every last vile heretic lies dead at my feet.
Oh, he sounds like the heart of chaos is tempting him because I don't really know if ultramarines go into like a berserk rage type of situation. I know that you have different chapters and there you can experience all sorts of things for the Space Marines. But really would not put hand in fire for
I have other business.
like trying to confirm this. I'm not the biggest expert in Warhammer, never been, never will be. I'm highly selective with the games because quite a lot of times they are hit and miss, let's face it. Or they have way too much microtransactions, or like not microtransactions, more like DLC which you have to acquire in order to experience the game properly, and then I just cannot like recommend them.
Restocking.
Because like the battle sector is like a recreation of the tabletop game on a PC, but you just have to go through so much like budget and stuff.
Heretic cowards! I will end you all!
I don't know if they are gonna be able to go here if Gabriel would not be a dumbass and let them move in. I can try to use the... Yep. Yeah, I know it was like not the best use for the explosive. There's honestly gonna be still a lot more units. As you can see, they keep on popping in. But thanks to the ammunition and not that many units actually being up here for me to have to put up with, I'm able to provide quite a lot of support fire. But for this being a heavy bolter, these Chaos Marines are able to sustain a lot of freaking damage. And take a look at how many rounds I had to use on that one knucklehead.
Corruption! Deploying crack grenades. Changing magazine.
because I'm being here for so long, the actual chaos statue is starting to affect me. Fortunately, it's a cutscene that will allow the fellas to join Chiron, so I have to keep on killing these knuckleheads from up here. But you can see that these are not your regular humans, these are your demon variety. I really do like the design. I still have to admit though that the Chaos Marines from Boltgun, the gold and dark color scheme, absolutely beautiful. I like that way more than this. But it seems like it's quite heavily inspired from like Egyptian mythology. Try to reload.
No traitors remain. Get to Chiron, now!
Okay.
Sergeant, check the perimeter.
Yes, brother.
Explain yourself.
Need I justify my hatred?
You need justify your recklessness.
The traitors have a debt to me.
And you will throw away your life to collect?
Death is my duty!
Your duty is to the Emperor. You will die when and where he so chooses, not over some personal vendetta. Do you understand?
Lieutenant, you should see this. Must be in there.
They're using some kind of shield.
The altars. Same ones we encountered earlier. They must generate the shield.
Destroy them. Then purge these abominations from the face of this world.
It seems the traitors' motives are unmasked.
Seems.
You doubt they wish to stop Aurora?
You will soon learn that when dealing with heretics, nothing is as it seems.
Honestly, I'm gonna take the plasma incinerator. It's a fun weapon. The heavy bolter was nice, but this thing, I don't know. As I mentioned, these guys do have the shield, so it takes a few more rounds. So you have to take the choice. Do you wanna stick with more damage outputs and the massive magazine, or do you want lesser damage but not have to deal with the overheating BS? Trying to hit those plasma canisters up there.
Rock grenade!
Come on, fellas, knock them out. It's getting ridiculous.
A fine gift from the Forge.
I believe there are some frag grenades in here. Those are always appreciated.
Telecus must be stopped. Why?
I think I'll stick with the heavy bolter, but that overheating is just annoying as hell. Sure, the 130 rounds of a magazine is absolutely awesome.
They believe they can control it.
And you're just gonna hand it over to lose. Let it continue.
These are my orders.
So I think the first altar...
It matters not. Kill them!
Chaos Mage there.
That altar, no doubt.
Purge the heretics so we may destroy it.
And he's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass, of course.
My armor is breached to multiple points.
Come on, let's make it here.
No victory for you here.
Perform the execution to recover the armor. Because the second arena is gonna be a little bit more messy.
Area secure.
Now the altar.
I'm gonna check if there's some ammo, anything. You have 2 grenades, but man, those are gonna run out real quick. There's a medkit. I definitely want to grab that.
Spell is broken.
But I have to be careful on how I do that because chaos corruption is everywhere.
They are attempting to breach the doors.
That is no simple sorcery. Look how twisted the altar has grown. It seems alive.
If it lives, then let us teach it of pain and death.
So we're gonna have to defeat waves after waves of attackers and stand like within the vicinity of the gate cracking device in order to weaken the shield.
Raise the armor of your contempt and
So I
snuff it
think
out.
through here I can just literally like shoot it, but magic.
Drinks from us.
Then keep close and endure. We must disrupt the spell.
And of course, reinforcements.
The heretics sent such a meager force to meet us.
I really like this design. The Chaos Marines, not so much. But these demon creatures, I really like that design.
Abominations that wish to die.
Reloading weapon. No falter while I still draw breath. Better. Back to the war for you.
The wretches think they can stop us.
And the mage is gonna make an appearance, of course, as well.
Hold this ground.
Those knuckleheads just remain standing in there, grouped up. So I had to
The Emperor protects.
go for it. This is the problem which I'm talking about. Like, for the Chaos Marines especially, it's so much easier for your shield to be completely depleted in a matter of seconds. Because one of these knuckleheads is just gonna keep on shooting you from the distance like this.
Sustained heavy damage.
Yeah, that was not good. I totally fucked me up. Yeah.
He's down!
I did not even get like recovery in here. I think they should have been able to revive me at least once. I don't recall me running into sequence where that would be a like situation already, but yeah, sure, what the hell. So yeah, Chaos Marines! Love it or hate it.
No simple sorcery. Look how twisted the altar has grown. It seems alive.
If it lives, then let us teach it of pain and death.
It reeks of the warp.
Raise the armor of your contempt and snuff it out.
Look! It drinks from us!
Then keep close and endure. We must disrupt the spell.
I don't know if those waves come in from the same direction. They will be full of shit, of course.
Such a meager force to meet us.
Chances are it's scripted sequence, so it might be. These, like, corrupted units, they are absolutely not something that will make you worry. The Chaos Marines, though, those are the real problem. That's where you have to be careful. to not sustain too much of a damage.
Munitions secured. Reload!
Don't recall where the hell were they coming from next.
The wretches think they can stop us.
Let us relieve them of their delusions.
Hold this ground.
So the grenades are already gone. I think there is actually a resupply for grenades.
Restocking.
But for the life of it, I have no freaking idea where the hell is it. I really hate the fact that that red attack is not able to be blocked and you just have to like space away from it.
No victory for you here.
And I'm just literally dumping ammo into these knuckleheads like there's no tomorrow. And it's not even phasing them. But the funniest shit is that of course my ammo and health is being drained. I swear to God there's somewhere grenades or some bullshit. I need that armor.
Their champion lies defeated.
But there's still gonna be that mage, so right now I'm trying to preserve at least one medkit.
Stabilizing vitals.
Because just like few shots from this bastard and most of my HP is gone to shit. I don't know if all three of us need to be here. Really dig the design. Yeah. Wasn't really sure what the hell was that. Seriously? %. Please don't let me die. That mage is gonna make an appearance and he's gonna bring a lot of freaking Chaos Marines along for the ride. So before that happens, I want to make sure to restock on ammo so that I don't have one magazine on me.
Vengeance from Magnus and his chosen!
Words as hollow as your fallen brothers.
You at least can still bleed.
So yeah, quite annoying.
The Emperor protects.
That's why I wanted to preserve.
Heretic sorcerer. Munitions secured.
Come on, work with me. Get an execution.
Dance for Imora's amusement!
Come on.
Virgin sorcery.
Nice.
Tear down the altar!
But the corruption remains.
Lieutenant Titus to Lance of Jove, status report.
We are patched up along our way.
See you at the objective.
God, I love the Gothic design. Just the extra amount of work that people have to go through in order to get all this assembled.
Lance of Jove, stand by for extraction.
Affirmative.
In the name of the Emperor, open the doors! Morius Luz.
I owe you my existence.
Come with us.
To where?
The battle barge.
Compliance, but I must speak with Archmagus Nozick at once.
He's dead.
Dead?
You are to replace him. Luz.
Approaching battle barge, docking in 1 minute.
The power source. It's dangerous.
I have spent my life studying it. I assure you it's quite safe. In the right hands.
Arrogance.
Arrogance.
Why must the Mechanicus meddle with the unknown?
We follow the will of the Omnisire.
Go ahead.
Titus, report to Captain Akaran immediately on arrival.
Confirmed.
Titus? A Captain Titus was killed on the Forge world of Graia over a century ago. He died holding the power source in his hands. Not even an Astartes could survive power of that magnitude.
Morius Luz, come with me.
We must report to Captain Akaran.
Plug those Promethean links immediately.
And so that's gonna be it for the episode. I do hope you enjoyed it, and with the Emperor's blessing, hopefully I'll be able to continue the uploads and at least finish the game months after everyone has racked up hundreds of hours in the game already. And yeah, I'm way behind on everything. So thank you all, and hopefully I'll see you in the comments or in the next one. Bye.
Short-range sensors have been rendered useless.